and welcome to the Fort Collins City Council regular meeting of May 28th, 2013. This is also the last regular meeting of the school year, so I also like to call this the Procrastinators Club. So all of you make sure you get your papers signed because this is the last day you can do it. Before we start our meeting, the clerk got called away about 20 minutes ago. So we need to appoint a temporary clerk, so I'd like to entertain the motion to appoint Mrs. Nell as the temporary clerk.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Banko. All those in favor?
Aye.
You're the temporary clerk tonight, Mrs. Nell. Thank you. At this point, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, the Lord's Prayer, and a moment of silence for our men and women serving on the street. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. The clerk, please call the roll.
Mark Hopler,
Present.
Ron Ackerman,
Present.
Deb Banko,
Present.
Kathy Now, present. Mike Snyder,
Present.
Nicole DeFreitas,
Present.
and Randall Lipstrow.
Here.
Thank you. We have no minutes this evening. They will be moved to the next agenda. The chair notes that certifications were received regarding compliance with the rules and notification of this meeting. Tonight, the mayor and the safety service director are not here this evening. Their sons are getting awards at tonight's sports banquet, so they asked if they could go there instead of coming here this evening, and told them that was okay. But we will go to the auditor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. Short report.
Actually, for the law director, I will tell you that you were given two ordinances, and I will entertain a motion later for them to go on tonight's agenda. Ordinance 1913 is on behalf of Bell Now, and if you remember, Mr. Russell was here a few meetings back. Because this is an economic development application, he had some things he had to do. Now it's back before us, and the mayor has to sign for him. In order for the mayor to sign it, we have to pass an ordinance for him to do that. So that's that one, and I think that we probably would like that passed this evening. And ordinance 20-13 is just a letter supporting the mission of the Arts Council, and that probably can be billed for its first reading. And for the safety service director, he asked me to tell everyone that 6th Street is starting this week, so be prepared. He wants to thank everyone, the citizens, for their cooperation this weekend. He said things went extremely well. And he wanted to note that Olympic Day will be at the elementary school on Friday. And his chief's report.
All I would like to say, Madam President, is that we made it through the weekend. We had 2 minor injuries to officers yesterday on a call, but they are back to work. No lost time. And that's all I have. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Fire chief's report.
I would just like to thank everyone in the room for not seeing me professionally this weekend. We did have a very, very busy weekend. I want to thank of course, I've already thanked all my fire department friends and members, etc., but we ran extremely hard all weekend. And but I just want to say everything worked out well. Some property loss involved, not in our jurisdiction, but everything worked out well. I'm very proud of that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I forgot Mrs. Tennyson, the treasurer's report, please.
My report was passed out tonight. and I did want to let you know where the status of the bed and dock taxes are. In 2012, at this time of the year, we had $17,278.64. This year, we have $13,658.10, but there still are days in this month. There'll be some more coming in, so it should be close. Dock taxes in 2012 were $7,750, and this year to date, they have been $6,425. And if any of you council people know of anyone who's renting out a condo or a house and they may not be paying any bed taxes, if you would let me know, I'll send them a nice little letter telling them that we would like to have their 3%. And that's all.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I checked you off my list. So. Under correspondence, I have a letter from Main Street addressed to myself and to council. Dear Linda, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Main Street, Port Clinton, we would like to thank you, Mayor Leon, and the City Administration for your continued support of Main Street, Port Clinton. Main Street, Port Clinton will continue to promote economic development and physical improvements in our historic downtown. We look forward to working with you as we strive to promote, protect, preserve, and improve downtown historic Port Clinton as a vibrant center for business, entertainment, and cultural activities for residents of the community and visitors to the area. Please do not hesitate to contact the Main Street PC staff if you have any questions or need assistance in any way. Respectfully yours, Roseanne Hickman, President, and Lauren Schockmer, Program Manager. I will take a motion, to accept the correspondence as stated, the City Planning and Development Committee meetings at 5/7 and 5/20, the Emergency Services Committee at 5/21, and the Treasurer's Report.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second?
Second, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Coppler. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have no third readings of ordinance and resolutions. We will go to the second readings of ordinance and resolutions. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, Resolution 13-02.
Resolution 13-02, strongly opposing the passage of House Bill 5 by the Ohio General Assembly, which proposes uniformity measures for municipal income tax in the form of unfunded mandates and substantial loss of revenue, and declaring an emergency.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on Resolution 13-02? Seeing none, we will move that to the June 11th meeting for its third reading. Would the clerk please read by summary and only, Ordinance 17-13.
Ordinance 17-13, an ordinance authorizing and directing the Director of Safety and Service to enter into a dockage and wharf agreement with the Sassy Sows Charter Service Incorporated and declaring an emergency.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on Ordinance 17-13? Seeing none, we will also move back to the June 11th, 2013 meeting. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, Ordinance 18-13.
Ordinance 18-13, an ordinance authorizing the Safety Service Director to apply for, accept, and enter into a water pollution control loan fund agreement on behalf of the City of Port Clinton for planning, design, and/or construction of wastewater facilities and designating a dedicated repayment source for the loan and declaring an emergency.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on Ordinance 18-13? Seeing none, we will move that to the June 11th, 2013 meeting. I would now entertain a motion to add Ordinance 19-13 and 20-13 to tonight's agenda.
So moved, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Could I have a second? Second, Madam President. Thank you, Ms. Benko. Any discussion? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Art Cobbler,
Yes.
Ron Ackerman,
Yes.
Deb Banko,
Yes.
Kathy Malley, yes. Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Nicole DeFreitas,
Yes.
and Randall Lipstraw.
Yes.
Thank you. We will add ordinance 19-13 and ordinance 20-13 to tonight's agenda. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, ordinance number 19-13?
Ordinance number 19-13. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to execute and endorse an application for an economic development project liquor permit application on behalf of Bell Mill Incorporated and declaring an emergency.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on ordinance number 19-13? Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion that we waive the 3 required readings on the ordinance.
I have a motion to waive the 3 required readings on ordinance number 19-13. Do I have a second? Second, Madam President. Thank you, Ms. Banko. Any discussion on the waiving of the readings? Would the clerk please call the roll?
Nicole Freitas,
Yes.
Randall Lipstraw,
Yes.
Art Koppler,
Yes.
Ron Ackerman,
Yes.
Deb Banko,
Yes.
Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Kathy Mel, yes.
Thank you. Does council wish to take any further action on ordinance number 19-13? Mr. Coppler.
I'd like to make a motion to retain the emergency clause on ordinance 19-13.
I have a motion to retain the emergency clause on ordinance number 19-13. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Lipstraw. Any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Deb Banko,
Yes.
Ron Ackerman,
Yes.
Art Koppler,
Yes.
Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Nicole Freitas,
Yes.
Randall Lipstraw,
Yes.
Kathy Mel. Yes.
We're waiting.
Sorry.
Does council wish to take any further action on ordinance number 19-13? Mr. Snyder.
Madam President, I move we adopt ordinance 19-13.
I have a motion to adopt ordinance 19-13. Do I have a second? Second, Madam President. Thank you, Ms. Banko. Any discussion? Mr. Russell is here tonight. Do you have any questions?
I think the only question I have, since I spoke with George last week about this, this is the last thing that we need to do to have the attorney in Columbus send all my paperwork to the Department of Liquor Control. We've already secured this license actually from Deschler, Ohio. So how that works, I'm not sure. But do I wait for the mayor to sign the copy that George gave to you, or I have the original here, and when might that happen?
Well, I would suggest that you call City Hall tomorrow. The mayor, tonight he's at a sports banquet, but he went home sick today. So I would give a call to City Hall in the morning.
That'll be
And
fine.
if he's here, he'll sign it right then and there.
So do you have the
Because he
copy?
knows-
You have the
he has-
copy that George gave to you, which is the same as a duplicate original, doesn't it?
He sent me a copy, but I don't believe he sent the mayor a copy.
Right.
So I would bring your copy.
So
To be
when
on
I
the same
speak
side.
to him and he has time, then I make an appointment with him and bring the original.
Right, I'm sure there's not going to be a problem, Jim, just call him.
That'd be fine. I'll call in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Deb Banko,
Yes.
Ron Ackerman,
Yes.
Art Koppler,
Yes.
Nicole Freitas,
Yes.
Randall Lipstraw,
Yes.
and Kathy Mel, yes.
Ordinance number 19-13 has passed. Would the clerk please read by title and summary only, ordinance 20-13?
Ordinance 20-13, an ordinance recognizing the Greater Portland Area Arts Council and endorsing its mission statement and public art program.
Does council wish to take any action this evening on ordinance number 20-13? Seeing none, we will move back to the June 11th meeting.
Thank you, Madam President. I read through this very quickly. I just wanted to ask, this ordinance is simply expressing support. It is not obligating the city to any sort of financial commitment in any way?
No.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to clarify that for people, because I didn't want members of the audience to think that the city was encouraging a rush of nonprofits to
No,
do
because
this.
when I got it, the first thing I looked for was the blank that said what account this was going to come out of. It does not, so. Thank you. We move that to the June 11th, 2013 meeting. Before we go to business from the floor, I would just like to say a couple things. We had first of all, I thought everything went well with the Walleye Festival. I think we need to really thank our city workers who stepped it up, and I thought the town looked really good, really great, and the workers who worked during the Walleye Festival to help them move things along. I think they went above and beyond the call of duty, particularly our police force and our fire staff who were volunteers who I know are very busy this weekend. We have the Walleye Walk and Run, which supports Ruth Ann's House and Parks and Recreation. We had 233 participants. It's the largest run we've ever had. 91 people signed up the day of the race. We were a little overwhelmed. The first time ever we ran out of T-shirts. But we also brought those 233 people into the Walleye Festival. We had the boards within the tent. And so when they left, we saw people stopping and getting stuff to eat. And so it just increased the traffic at the Walleye Festival too. So everything works together in a really nice way. Mr. Koppler.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to say thanks to, at our last Finance Committee meeting, Randy and Jamie Keefe from Crown Leading who attended the meeting. They are the representatives for the E1 grinder pumps, and they provided us with a lot of good ideas for the Lake Shore Drive sewer system. And I also want to thank the city officials from Clyde, Ohio. They've been very helpful, specifically Don Ball of the Environmental Department in Clyde, with providing information, because they're actually doing some work outside the city limits, and we're getting some ideas from them as to how we can operate in the same manner. The only other thing I have, there is a new business in town. It's in the old Meisner's Grinding building. It's going to be named Unique. It's going to be antiques, art, jewelry, and gifts. And the operators are Debbie and Doug Koppler. They haven't had the grand opening yet, but they are open for business. So,
Where is it?
at the old Meisner Grinding building, right next to Green's Drugstore.
Oh.
Next to the drive-thru.